The United Nations Security Council comprises of 5 countries with permanent membership. The permanent members are USA, Russia, China, France, and the United Kingdom. The members in the Security Council are the same since the United Nations formation in the aftermath of the Second World War. The absence of countries from Africa and Latin America in the Council is currently popping up rightful questions from different countries. In this regard, the Russian Senator AndreyKlimov underscores the involvement of countries from Africa and Latin America in the United Nations Security Council. Consequently, the Senator asserted the need to reorganize the United Nations based on the consensus of all nations. The Senator reflected that the idea of reorganizing the United Nations is shared by some African nations, including Ethiopia.
Moscow is certainly looking for kind of reorganization of all UN institutions. But that kind of reforms must be very much based on the consensus of all nations. Otherwise, it doesn't work at all. We understand now the lack of participation of African countries and countries of Latin America in the Security Council of the United Nations Organization. We also can witness the lack of participation of offices among executives in New York from Africa and Latin America.
The Senator opposed to a system where minority of nations holds disproportionate influence over the majority. The Senator asserted the need to reform the United Nations to deliver properly in the future.
I do not want to name you all the list of possible members of the Security Council in some future, because, as I said, it must be consensus, not only between great countries, but between some others. But we can stress, and we are sure that it is not possible to prolong that way without reforms. The birthday of United Nations Organization was, as you know, in 1945, just after the Second World War. Many things happened during that 80 years period, and we need to prepare United Nations Organization for further future in proper way, including participation of representatives of Africa and Latin America in our common Security Council. How we do that, as I said, that is a matter of consensus. But of course, we have to have, as it seems to me, in the United Nations Organization, at least one representative of both Latin America and Africa, maybe 2 of them from each country, maybe 2. And certainly we continue that kind of consultations with all states in Africa, including Ethiopia for sure.
The need to reform the United Nations with permanent members from Africa and Latin America is growing in the recent years. It is remembered that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed demanded the African Union to secure permanent membership in the United Nations.